So now I share this in the video, and let me just play this song again, and then we start.
Okay.
Ingrid, Sister Kim, we prayed already.
Yes.
So, Kimbo
Yes.
Kim, Tanzania, Mazulu, all praises. So, Sister Kim, we were going to talk today about the seven heavens. Yeah, I have done part one of it already, and this will be part two. I
Okay.
don't think that we're gonna read about all heavens today, but I gonna think we're gonna stop there where the saints are.
Hmm.
Um, I think it's very important for our people to know how the heaven is builded. Okay, many people talk about heaven and they think these are the clouds that you see here in heaven, where the flights are, where the planes are. You know, oh,
Hmm.
this is where the Most High sits. He sits on the cloud in the clouds. But
Hmm.
this is not the heaven. Okay,
Right.
so that's why we want to have more understanding about
Yes.
you know, the heavens and which kind of creatures lives in those heavens, and what do they do there, etc., etc.
Hmm.
um, Before that, I wanted to go to some Bible verses to make sure people understand how you know, how the Most High used to choose someone to make it into the heavens. No?
Okay.
Um, okay, let us start. Thank you for being here, Sister Kim.
No problem. All praises.
All
Happy to
praise.
be.
Exactly. So good. Okay, let us share the screen. Here we are. Does it show the full screen? Change
Mm.
it. So wonderful. So let us go to Matthew 20 and 28. Can you read?
Even as the Son of Man came not to be served, but to serve, and to give his life as a ransom for many.
Exactly. This is how it works. Okay. If a limo comes to this world, he's like a father or mother figure. He comes to protect his child. He comes to serve. He comes to build. Okay. But today we have a lot of people. They are like they want people to serve them. Okay. They want people to see them as the great master, great person, king, or whatever. But if you are choosing to be one as a great king, servant, a great king, or a grandmaster, whatever, a politician or something like that, you have also know how to serve your brothers, serve your people. Okay,
Mhm.
and
Yes.
this is what the Son of Man came to do. Okay, he came to serve. Okay, um, s- so now let us go to another Bible verse to get a better understanding. We are going to Matthew um, 10, 35 to 45. Okay.
Okay.
Oh,
35.
yes.
Okay. For I have come to set a man against his father, and a daughter against her mother, and a daughter in law against her mother in law. And a person's enemies will be those of his own household. Whoever loves father or mother more than me is not worthy of me. And whoever loves son or daughter more than me is not worthy of me. And whoever does not take his cross and follow me is not worthy of me. Whoever finds his life will lose it, and whoever loses his life for my sake will find it.
Okay. So, um, Sister Kim, this is a very tough guy, huh?
Yeah,
This doesn't sound like a Milky Boy, you know?
right.
Okay, he's saying very clear, hey, yo, um, I came to serve. The Most High Spirit talks through me. If
Mm-hmm.
you want to fight for the righteous things, if you follow the things that the Most High told me to do, you will find life. But if you want to find life in this world and follow the manner and the things of this world, yeah, because of your father, because of your mother, because of your boyfriend or your husband or your friends or whatever, and you do
Mm-hmm.
not follow my path, my ways, the ancient ways of
Mm-hmm.
our forefathers, the
Mm-hmm.
ways of the saints,
Mm-hmm.
okay, you will fall. Okay,
Yeah.
so this is the law of the prophets. Okay, the
Mm-hmm.
law of the prophets is, okay, do your best as you can to follow the laws or to follow the Most High's path. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
you came alone to this world and you will die alone. You will be judged alone. No
Yes.
father will be there, no mother will be there, not your children. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
you will be there alone. So, and that's why it is very important to know that the Most High brought a sword. Okay, the
Mm-hmm.
Most High brought a sword, and this sword is not about, oh yeah, I'm black, I'm white, I'm Chinese. No, it's about who's good and who's bad.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and then all the good things that you have done will be counted, and all the bad things that you have done will be counted. Okay,
You get to.
so now the disciples starts to asking themselves, how can we make it into the heavens, and who will be the first? Okay, let us see this Bible verse as well. Um, this Bible verse is in Mark. Okay, okay, here.
Okay. And James and John, the sons of Zebedee, came up to him and said to him, Teacher, we want you to do for us whatever we ask of you. And he said to them, What do you want me to do for you? And they said to him, Grant us to sit at your one at your right hand and one at your left in your glory. Uzziah said to them, You do not know what you are asking. Are you able to drink the cup that I drink, or to be baptized with the baptism with which I am baptized? And they said to him, We are able. And Uzziah said to them, The cup that I drink, you will drink. And with the baptism with which I am baptized, you will be baptized.
which means there will be also suffering like him. Okay,
Mhm,
which
mhm,
which which means they will also the blood will be also shared. Okay, so this is us. We are also, some of us are all have also even the same baptisms today. Yeah,
mhm,
and this is what he said: you will share the same problems that I had. Okay, but the most of us today, or really, if do not wants to share this life. They do not want to have that life. That every one of us has a limit. Okay,
mhm,
a limit. Okay, so, and that's why he was saying, do you really want to suffer like I do? Okay. Now, if I ask you, Sister Kim, do you really want to suffer like crazy just uh, to make it?
mhm.
You know.
I'll have no choice. I believe that this is what I'm supposed to do. We have to suffer.
Yeah.
That's all I see so far. So,
Yeah. Exactly. So this is what he said to them. Hmm? Okay, go ahead.
but to sit at my right hand or at my left is not mine to grant, but it is for those whom it has been prepared. And when the 10 heard it, they began to be indignant at James and John. And Uzziah called them to him and said to them, you know that those who are considered rulers of the Gentiles lord it over them, and their great ones exercise authority over them. But it shall not be so among you.
Exactly. So this is the problem here, because those who are kings and who lead this world, those people do not serve anyone. You know, they are proud and arrogant, etc., etc. But this is not how it should be. Okay, because your greatness must be seen in your people. Okay, you can see it Africa. You know, Africa has everything. It should be like Dubai. It should be like Americas. But look at how our people are suffering. Okay, which means
Mhm.
our leaders, they do not do their job properly.
Right.
Go ahead.
Okay. But whoever would be great among you must be your servant, and whoever would be first among you must be slave
Of
of
all,
all.
you see. So this is how it is in the spiritual room. You want to become great in heavens. Okay, you will have different kinds of conditions. Not the one that drives the biggest car, or I drive the biggest GMC. I have the most of the makeup on my face, or now the Most High loves me the most. Oh, I
Mhm,
shout at loudest in the church. No, you must serve. That's why he even said to the one that came with the horse, "Give me all the money that you have. Give it to the poor. Help them and follow me."
mhm,
Because he's very clear, he's very strict. He's like, look, do you really want me? Then start building up my people, stop building up my country, stop building up.
mhm,
Okay.
mhm,
And this is what the most of our people do not know. And now we want to see where those people who made it, where they go. And that's why we're going to go now a little bit deeper
mhm.
into the scriptures.
Okay.
Let me see. Heavens. We're going to start here with the fourth heaven. For
Okay.
Okay, wait a minute. I will just want to check if this shares. Okay, it shares everything, I think, I guess. Okay, let's go.
All right. The fourth heaven and the height of the third heaven to the fourth heaven was greater than from the earth to the firmament. And there again I saw those who were on the right hand and those who were on the left. And him who sat on the throne was in the midst. And there also there they were praising. And the praise and glory of the angels on the right was greater than that of those on the left. And again, the glory of him who sat on the throne was greater than that of the angels on the right, and their glory was beyond that of those who were below.
So someone sits on the throne, right?
Hmm.
And he have angels on the left,
Hmm.
and he have angels on the
Right.
right.
Hmm.
Okay.
Hmm.
So, and the shine of them is different.
Hmm.
Okay. Okay. Very good. This happens in the fourth heaven. What happens in the fifth heaven?
Okay. The fifth heaven, and again I saw those upon the right hand and on the left, and him who sat on the throne possessing greater glory than those of the fourth heaven. And the glory of those on the right hand was greater than those on the left, from the third to the fourth. Of him who was on the throne was greater than that of the angels, and on the right hand. And their praise was more glorious than that of the fourth heaven. And I praised him who is not named, and the only begotten who dwelleth in the heavens, whose name is not known to any flesh, who was bestowed such glory on the several heavens, and who makes great the glory of the angels, and more excellent the glory of him who sitteth on the throne.
And here again, the shining of the Maliki Mapongo
It's different.
and the people that are in the fifth heaven are even higher than those in the fourth heaven, right?
Yes.
Okay. And he's like, oh, what's going on here? Is
Right.
this already the place of the Most High?
Right. Right.
Okay. Where does the saint sit? Now, this is the sixth heaven.
Okay. The sixth heaven, and I saw such glory as I had not seen in the five heavens, for I saw angels possessing great glory, and the praise there was holy and wonderful. And I said to the angel who conducted me, what is this which I see, my Lord? And he said, I am not thy Lord, but thy fellow servant. And again I asked him, and I said unto him, why are there not angelic fellow servants on the left? And he said, from the sixth heaven there are no longer angels on the left, nor on the throne sit in the midst, but they are directed by the power of the seventh heaven, where dwelleth he that is not named, and the elect one, whose name has not been made known. And none of the heavens can learn his name, for it is he alone to whose voice and all the heavens and the thrones give answer. I have therefore been empowered and sent to raise thee there here, that thou mayest see this glory, and that thou mayest see the Lord of all those heavens and those thrones, undergoing successively transformation until he resembles your form and your likeness. Indeed, say unto thee, Isaiah, no man about to return into the body of
Do
the
you see how
world.
he called him? He called him Isaiah. Huh?
Yes.
Hmm. Go ahead.
Wow. Wow. I forgot where I was. Okay. And I indeed said unto thee, Isaiah, no man about to return into the body of that world was ascended or seen what thou seest or perceived what thou hast perceived and what thou wilt see.
Okay. Now you're gonna understand everything very soon. Go ahead.
Okay. And he said here, furthermore, therefore, this also from the fellow servant, when from the body of the will of Congo thou hast ascended hither, Then thou wilt receive the garment which thou seest, and likewise other numbered garments laid up there thou wilt see. And then thou wilt become equal to the angels of the seventh heaven. And power was given to me also. And I also praised along with them that the angel also. And our praise was like theirs. And they all named the primal Father and Son and the Holy Spirit, and with one voice. And their voice was not like the voice of the angels in the five heavens, nor like the discourse, but the voice was different there, and there was much light there. And then, when I was in the sixth heaven, I thought the light which I had seen in the five heavens to be but darkness. That's how bright it was. Wow. And I rejoiced and praised him who hath bestowed such light on those who wait for his promise. How much
Mm.
more wilt thou rejoice when in the seventh heaven thou seest the light, which is the Lord, and his beloved, whence I have been sent, who is to be called Son in this world? Not yet hath been manifested he who shall be in the corruptible world, but the garments and the throne and the crowns which are laid up for the righteous, for those who trust in Congo, who will descend in your form. For the light which is there is great and wonderful, which you haven't seen before.
Ingeto.
The authority of
Authority, standing and descending.
okay. He took me into the air of the seventh heaven, and moreover I heard a voice saying, how far will he ascend that dwelleth in the flesh? I heard from hence another voice being sent forth, and saying, it is is it permitted to the holy Isaiah to ascend hither? For here is his garment. And I asked the angel who was with me, who is who is he who forbade me, and who is he who permitted me to ascend? And he said to me, he who forbade thee, this is he who is over the praise giving of the sixth heaven. And he who permitted thee is Congo. The set. All right. Seventh heaven. He raised me up into the seventh heaven, and I saw a wonderful light and angels unnumerable. And there I saw the righteous from the time of Adam. And there I saw the holy Abel and all the righteous. And there I saw Enoch and all who were with him, stripped of their garments of the flesh. And I saw them in their garments of the upper world. And they were like angels standing there in great glory. He showed me a book, but not as a book of this world. And he opened it, and the book was written, but not as a book of this world. And he gave it to me, and I read it. And lo, the deeds of the children of Israel were written. It's a Layla written there. And the deeds of those whom I know. And I said, in truth, there is nothing hidden in the seventh heaven, which is done in this world. And I saw there many garments laid up, and many thrones, and many crowns. The seventh heaven, and where the saints. And I saw one standing whose glory surpassed that of all, and his glory was great and wonderful. And after I had seen him, all the righteous whom I had seen, and also the angels whom I had seen, came to him. And Adam and Abel and Seth, all the righteous first drew near and worshiped him. And they all praised him with one voice. And I myself also praised with them. And my giving of praise was as theirs. And then all the angels drew nigh and worshiped and gave praise. And I was again transformed and became like an angel. And I saw the great glory, the eyes of my spirit being opened, and I could not thereupon see, nor yet could the angel who was with me, nor all the angels whom I had seen worshiping my Lord. But I saw the righteous beholding the great power of the glory of that one. And my Lord drew nigh to me, and the angel of the Spirit, and he said, see how it is given to thee to see, Congo, and on thy account power is given to the angel who is with thee. And I saw how my Lord and the angel of the Spirit worship, and they both together praised Congo. The password for each heavenly area. And again I saw when he ascended into the third heaven, and he made himself like unto the form of the angels in the third heaven. And those who kept the gates of the third heaven demanded the password, and the Lord gave it to them in order that he should not be recognized. And again I saw when he descended into the second heaven, and again gave the password there. Those who kept the gate proceeded to demand, and the Lord to give. He descended into the first heaven, and there also he gave the password to those who kept the gate. And again he descended into the firmament, where dwelleth the ruler of this world. And he gave the password to those on the left, but they were envying one another and fighting. For here there is a power of evil and envying about trifles. He descended and made himself like unto the angels of the air. And he was like one of them. And he gave no password, for one was plundering and doing violence to another. Book of Enoch, chapter 17. The princes of the seven heavens and of the moon, planets, and constellations. Metatron, the angel of the presence, the glory of all heavens, said to me, the number of princes are seven. They are great, beautiful, wonderful, honored, and revered. They are over the seven heavens.
Sister Kim, I can't hear you very well.
Oh, you can't? I'm sorry.
Yeah, what's going on with your microphone?
No. Can you hear me better now?
Yes, much better.
Okay. Okay. The princes of the seven heavens and of the sun, moon, planets, and constellations. Metatron, the angel of the prince of the presence, the glory of the heavens, said to me, the number of princes are seven. They are great, beautiful, wonderful, honored, and revered ones. They are assigned over the seven heavens. And these are they: Mikhael, Gabriel, Shatquel, Bacharel, Badriel, Hakiel, and every one of them is the prince of the host of one heaven. And each one of them is accompanied by 496,000 groups of 10,000 ministering angels. 496 is the numerical value of the world Malkut kingdom. These 496,000 angels are the ones who sing of the glory of Tatanzambi, singing, Holy, Holy, Holy. Mikhael is the great prince assigned to ruler over the seventh heaven, the highest one, which is the Arabot, highest heaven. Gabriel is the prince of the host to rule over the sixth heaven, which is Makan. Shaquille is the prince of the most of the high host assigned to rule over the fourth heaven, which is Zebul. Bad Ariel is the prince of the host assigned to rule over the third heaven, which is Shahakim. Barakiel is the prince of the host assigned to rule over the second heaven, which is the height of Rakia heaven. Pa Azrael is the prince of the host assigned to rule over the first heaven, which is Wilon, or Vinlam, as the first heaven is called, which is in Shaimayim. Under them, in Galgaliel, the prince who is assigned as ruler over the orb, the sun, and with him are 96 great and reverend angels who moves the sun in, in Rakia, which is heaven, a distance of 365,000 parasangs each day. Under them is Ophaniah, the prince who is set the globe of the moon, and with him are 88 angels who move the globe of the moon, 354,000 parasangs every day, every night, at the time when the moon stands in the east and is turning. And the moon is situated in the east and its turning point in the 50th day of every month. Oh, okay. Over them is Rahatiel, the prince who is appointed to rule over the constellations. He is accompanied by 72 great and reverend angels. And why is he called Raphael? Because he makes the stars run in their orbits and courses, which is 339,000 parasangs every night, from the east to the west, and from the west to the east. The Holy One, blessed be He, has made a tent for all of them, for the sun, the moon, and the planets and the stars, and they travel in it night from the east, I mean from the west to the east. Hmm. Under them is Cobal, the prince who is assigned to rule over the planets. And with him are 365,000 groups of 10,000 ministering angels, great and revered ones, who move the planets from city to city and from province to province in Rakuel, the heaven of heavens. And ruling over them are 72 princes of nations on high, corresponding to the 72 nations of the world. And all of them are crowned with crowns of royalty and clothed in royal clothes and wrapped in royal robes. All of them are riding on royal horses and holding royal scepters in their hands. In front of each of them, he is traveling in heaven. Royal servants are running with great glory and majesty, just as the earth. The princes are traveling in chariots with horsemen and great armies and glory and greatness with praise, song, and honor. The order of the ranks of the angels is established by Congo. The angels of the first heaven, whenever they see their prince, they dismount from their horses and bow themselves. And the prince of the first heaven, when he sees the prince of the second heaven, he dismounts, removes the glorious crown from his head. And this continues till the prince of the sixth heaven, when he sees the prince of the seventh heaven, he removes the glorious crown from his head and bows himself to the ground. And the prince of the seventh heaven, when he sees the seven the two princes of kingdoms. He removes the glorious crown from his head and bows himself to the ground. And the 72 princes of kingdoms, when they see the doorkeepers of the first hall in the Arabath Rakia, in the highest heaven, they remove the royal crown from their heads and bow themselves. And this continues unto the doorkeepers of the sixth hall. When they see the doorkeepers of the seventh hall, they remove their glorious crown from their head and bow themselves. And the doorkeepers of the seventh hall, when they see the fourth great princes, the honored ones, who are appointed over the four camps of, of Shechem, they remove their crowns of glory from their head and bow themselves. And the fourth great prince, when they see Ta'agas, the prince, great and honored with song and praise, at the head of the nations of heaven, at the head of the children of heaven, they remove the glorious crown from their head and bow themselves. And Ta'agas, the great and honored prince, when he sees Baratiel, the great prince of the three fingers, in the height of Arabah, the highest heaven, he removes his glorious crown from his head and bows himself to the ground. And Baratiel, the great prince, when he sees Haman, the great prince, the fearful and honored, beautiful and terrible, he who makes all children of heaven to shake, when the time draws that is set for the saying of the thrice holy, he removes the glorious crown from his head and bows himself to the ground. For it is written, at noise of the confusion, at the anxious preparation of the salutation of holy, 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 the people are fled, and the lifting up of yourself, the nations are scattered. That was Isaiah 33 and 3. And Haman, the great prince, when he sees Turtresiel, the great prince, he removes his glorious crown from his head and bows himself to the ground. And Turtresiel, YHWH, the great prince, when he sees Artreville, the prince, the great prince, he removes the glorious crown from his head and bows himself to the ground. And Artreville, the great prince, when he sees Naariel, the great prince, he removes the glorious crown from his head and bows himself to the ground. Not Ariel, the great prince, when he sees Sanagiel, the great prince, he removes the glorious crown from his head and bows himself to the ground.
we're talking about we're talking about like this is why the world says we have different kinds of gods and powers, because how can you reach the highest from the highest? All of those angels and kings and gods and whatever, they have all power and authority, and they're all working, okay,
Mhm. Yes.
and they're all working, okay. And this is why when the disciples asked who will be the greatest, he said, how, this is not my thing, this is from the Most High.
Mm-hmm.
It's from the Most High. When they say in my house have many houses, there are many places. So
Mm-hmm.
which means every one of us here has a work to do, and this is your chance here to make it into the Pimba Kalunga as one of these deities.
Mm-hmm.
And it has a hierarchy, okay? You cannot just say, oh yeah, I'm born to be a leader, because maybe you are born to be a leader, but under a leader.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Or it depends on that. And you have to find out who you really are in this world and what your mission is. And one person that shares blood for many or dies for many, he will be also lifted up very well when he dies. His spirit, his soul.
Mm-hmm.
And it's very important for us to know those things, yeah. how the Most High has two constellations, because you will see it. It goes. It is like a pyramid.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now
Mm-hmm.
let us go to the secrets of the second book before I go back to the Bible and show you some things.
Okay. And even of fire, and the angel of hail, and the angel of wind, and the angel of lightning, and the angel of wrath, and the angel of thunder, and the angel of snow, and the angel of rain, and the angel of day, and the angel of night, and the angel of sun, and the angel of the moon, and the
Now
angel,
you see, yeah, like I
yes,
used to teach always, that a rock, there is an angel behind the rock, there
yes,
is an angel behind the thunder, there is an angel behind the rain. Okay, but people are like, no, the Most High. No, the Most High have multiplied Himself, because the Most High is what?
spirit.
The Most High is Spirit. And behind all these things, there is an angel, a Maleki Makongo, that we call Bisimbi Kamboja. The ones that they are holding the secrets of the Most High. They are angels, they are powers. Yeah, they are holding the secrets of the Most High.
Mm,
Okay,
mm-hmm,
so when he say, you can say to the mountain, shake. It's because the mountain have to listen to you, because of the power that he gave to who? To Adama.
mm-hmm,
Okay, but we're coming to that. We're coming to that. Yeah, especially when the Most High one day gives me my school, he prepares me very well. Then people will be even shocked, because this is ours. People must know behind everything. It's not like, yeah, the Most High, the Most High. So you have to know a little bit more about the Most High. The Most High has created angels, even the human himself. Okay, there's the angels behind him.
mm-hmm,
Okay,
yes.
so people must know that. So go ahead.
Okay. And the son of the night, I mean, the angel of the night, and the angel of the sun, and the angel of the moon, and the angel of the planets, the angel of the constellations, whose hands rule the world. All of them feared and shook and were frightened when they looked at me. These are the names of the rulers of the world: Gabriel, the angel of fire; Baal, the angel who controls hell; Rukael, the angel that controls the wind; Barakiel, who controls the lightning; Zahafiel, who controls the winds of the storm; Rahamiel, who controls the thunders; Rashahishiel, who controls the earthquake;
So,
Shalgiel.
and these are the things that you have to know. Okay, okay. If you
Yeah.
start know, okay, now earthquake. People are like, oh, world wonder. Ooh, But the Most High is like, he has to call the angel and say, go, bring
Okay.
some thunders on the earth. Let the water come over this people. As long those people do not know the password, or they do not know how to defend themselves by saying to the angel that the Most High have sent, to the
Mm-hmm.
spirits that wants to come to destroy the city, they have to tell them to do a sacrifice to please them. Calm down, calm down. We will make everything right, so that you do not destroy us. But people don't know those things no more.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and
Yes.
that's why people have to ascend to heavens to see what is really going on over there, so that he can descend and tell the people, look, there is another world beside this world. Okay,
Okay.
and everything that happens here is because of a reason. So go ahead.
Okay.
We're going to chapter 19.
Okay. These are the archangels who were above angels, who are above angels, and they measure all life in heaven and on earth. And the angels who are appointed over seasons and years. the angels who are over rivers and sea, and who are over the fruits of the earth, and the angels who are over every grass, every food to every and all living things,
Get
and the
that.
angels who write down all the souls of men and all their deeds and their lives before the Lord's face.
You see, they're in heaven and they're on
Earth.
earth, which means that you have those angels also here on earth, okay? And you can also use them or for help. They have to help you if you know how to connect to have here a covenant with them. The thing is, they can also repair everything in a second. Okay, like they destroy things in a second, they can also repair things in a second. They're angels for animals, for they're angels for the trees, they're angels for the earth. And that's why the Tanzania say in the time that will come, everything will grow up faster. But before this comes, he will destroy everything. When you go to Revelation, see in the 7 and 3, here. So he's starting to destroy the world. Now see, can
Mhm.
read.
Then I saw another angel ascending from the rising of the sun, and the seal of the living Tatanzambi, and he called with a loud voice to the four angels who had been given power to harm the sea, saying, "Do not harm the earth or the sea or the trees until we have sealed the servants of Tatanzambi on their foreheads."
You see, so the Tanzambi is the one that is destroying the world.
Mm,
He's sending those angels go, but the
mhm,
world does not understand. In the
mm.
same way, if you see how he will build the tabernacle of David again, he's saying that in seconds, your agriculture, your people will multiply. Sorry.
It's okay.
Your people will multiply, your agriculture will grow, and everything.
Mhm,
Why? Because there is a spirit behind all those things.
mhm.
If you do agriculture, Sister Kim, what do you have to do?
You
You have to
have to.
start speaking to the ground.
Mhm.
You have to start speaking, invoking, putting waters and saying, grow, 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 grow. Not like the Europeans putting chemicals.
Okay. Yes.
Okay?
Okay.
If you want to eat the animal, you say, Tata, thank you for this animal, la, 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 and
Mhm,
then you kill the animal. You
mhm.
know, we have to know those things.
Yes. Yes.
Okay? We have to know that if you pass a river, you have to speak to the river. There's spirits in the river. Every river, the river does sacrifices to people. You go swim and you come never back. And people are
Mhm.
like, oh, bad river. No, it's not a bad river. It's a living river. It's a living stone.
Ah,
It's a living forest.
yes.
You have to respect the order of the universe.
Mhm.
Okay? Okay. Very good. Let us go back to the scriptures. I will show you something.
Mm.
Um, let's go to Hebrews, the book of Hebrews 5, 7 to 9.
In the
Yes.
days of the In the days of his flesh, Uzziah offered up prayers and supplications with loud cries and tears to him who was able to save him from death, and he was heard because of his reverence. Although he was a son, he learned obedience through what he suffered. And being made perfect, he became the source of eternal salvation to all who obey him.
Hallelujah. Can
Hallelujah.
you imagine? Can you imagine what a verse, huh?
Yes.
Even he was a son, a great prince in heaven. Here on earth, he was. a servant and
Ser-
nothing.
Servant.
This
Yes.
is who you are, Sister Kim. You are a servant. You
Yeah.
came for a purpose, not to be the greatest, a Bill Gates or whatever, how they used to call themselves. No, you came for a reason because in heaven you are recognized. You are someone. You are light. You have powers. And when our time comes, the manifestation of the Bena Beta will come back. And this heaven here that we call earth will be ours forever and ever. At the moment, yeah, this heaven is used to choose, to see who's who, not more. Because there are different kinds of spiritual things in this world here that will be manifesting very soon in the next years. We will see wonders in heaven and earth. And if some people do not know the codings, the password, do you remember the five women's, the parable of the five women with the candles that shine and the other the candles did not shine?
Yes.
Uh-huh. So you
Mm-hmm.
need, when you are in front of the door, you need something. You
Mm-hmm.
have to know something.
Yes.
So the Most High is full of secrets. Let me give
Yes.
you another Bible verse. People love the New Testament, so I will stay there. Let us go to John. See what he said. He was talking a lot about heavens
Mm-hmm.
and his sacrifice and all those kinds of things, like Simon Toko, like Simon Kimbangu. Simon Kimbangu, he was. Do you know the history of Simon Kimbangu?
Not all of it.
Mr. Kim, that man was 30 years in jail for his people. 30 years in jail for his people. And there was another woman, yeah, that was more than 40 years in
Wow.
jail. Yeah, just because, it's like a Black Panther. These people, they fought for their rights, and at last they put them into jail and said, "You will never come out here."
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so that Tanzambi is righteousness. He's like, I want you to sacrifice. Look, go, let read. You will see by yourself
So the
how the
chief priest and the Pharisees gathered the council and said, "What are we to do? For this man performs many signs. If we let him go on like this, everyone will believe him, and the Romans will come and take away
did you see?
both."
If you let him go on like this, they will
Yes,
believe in him.
yes, yes. And the Romans will come and take away both our place and our nation. But one of them, uh, Saphias, who was the high priest that year, said unto them, "You know nothing at all, nor do you understand that it's better for you that one man should die for the people, not that the whole nation should perish." He did not say this on his own accord, but being high priest that year, he prophesied that Isaiah would die for the nation, and not for the nation only, but also to gather into one the children of Tatanzambi who are scattered abroad. So from that day on, they made plans to put him to death.
Look, you have followers of Kimbangu. You had followers of John. You had followers of what was his name? Paul.
Wow.
You have followers of Ezekiel, followers of Massa. So you have followers of Isaiah.
Yeah.
You see,
Mhm.
those people, we are sent to do something. Like we are living sacrifices. Okay? Like living sacrifices.
Mm. Yes. Hallelujah.
You see that? And this is what they understood. They knew, oh, that guy here, he came to die for these people here. He because he wasn't someone that, oh yeah, government, I love you. He was telling them what's going on. He was telling the people, even everyone that was not doing the things that the Most High wants in spirit, he was telling them about things that they don't want to hear because they are here on earth.
Mhm.
And at last, the best thing what happened is he made disciples, and those disciples make disciples. As we are today disciples, we make disciples like kings and queens and everything. Scribes and Levites and all those people comes out from us still today.
Mhm.
Still today, which means a, a, a real king, a real leader, he makes other leaders. A real businessman, he don't stay with one shop of kebab. He
Mhm.
has 10 shops of kebab, but he have only two arms and two legs. So how can he have 10 McDonald's, one person? He multiplied his
Yeah.
business.
Mhm.
And that's why you saw in heaven the constellation is exactly the same. And people, oh, most high, most high. Maybe you only talk to Isaiah, but Enoch is there.
Mhm.
Massa is there. You
Mhm.
see,
Yeah.
Topo is there.
Mhm.
Enoch is there. You see, Isaiah is there.
Yes.
Ezekiel is there. You know,
Yeah.
and you are like, oh, who will help me? Oh, Tatanzambi, Tatanzambi, but there are many.
They are. Wow.
You see,
Mhm.
these are the secrets of heaven. Huh, Sister Kim?
Get that.
Ingeta. Now, let us see another Bible verse. We are going to Numeri, right?
Mhm.
Um, this is the Ancient Testament, okay? This is in the time of Massa. Let's see what happened there. Huh?
Okay.
So,
Okay. From Mount Hor, they set out by the way of the Red Sea to go around the land of Edom. And the people became impatient on the way. And the people spoke against Zathan and against Moses. Why have you brought us up out of Egypt to die in the wilderness? For there is no food and no water, and we loathe this worthless food. Then Zathan sent fiery serpents among the people, and they bit the people, so that many people of Israel died. And the people came to Moshe and said, we have sinned, for we have spoken against Tatanzambi and against you. Pray to Tatanzambi that he take away the serpents from us. So Moshe prayed for the people.
can you believe it?
Hmm. Hmm.
Can you imagine? Go ahead.
My goodness. And Tatanzambi said to Moshe, make a fiery serpent and set it on a pole, and everyone who is bitten, when he sees it, shall live. So Moshe made a bronze serpent and set it on a pole. And if a serpent bit anyone, he would look at the bronze serpent and live.
Can you imagine? Just to show them, don't joke with my servant, though.
Exactly.
Okay? Don't joke with my servant.
Mhm.
Do not joke with my servant.
Yeah.
Yeah? The escape plan is still ongoing. And at last, Tatanzambi will show whom he has sent to this earth to do his works. This is how it is. Thank you, Sister Kim. Very good job. You
I'll
see,
praise it.
the Holy Prayer made everything worthy today,
Yes.
huh?
Yeah,
Oh, praises.
I'll
Yeah.
praise it.
I hope people have understood this message about the heaven and his constellation. Okay, it is exactly the same here on Earth too. Okay, um, we are running, we are all running, and every one of us used to we used to work like one body to build the kingdom of the Most High, and no one will have any problem because all of us are building together. But if
Yeah.
you build alone, yeah, if you build alone, you can't make it, and
Right.
it's really hard. It's
Mm-hmm.
really hard. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
it's crazy, but this doesn't mean that uh, it is impossible.
Mm-hmm.
Let's make this world clean again. Let's make this world to become the most highest world again. so
Yes.
that we can make this world to become one of these heavens again.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, it is very important to know that the Most High has a plan, and His plan will manifest. Yeah, Sister Kim, do you have something to say?
No. Um,